Hello, Matt. Welcome today to AHA. It's nice speaking to you today.
Thanks so much. It's great to be here and great to see you.
I would like you to briefly describe your creative background to us. Like, who is Matt Gold? What all do you do and find joy in the arts field?
Yeah, my background is as a musician. I'm a percussionist, ensemble director, and educator, and really that's the world that I come out of. My interest has really been in contemporary music, new music, often experimental music, and discovering new things. Through that work, I've been involved in presenting a lot of programs and introducing new works and new composers to audiences. And also, through educational things as well. And, that process of discovering new things, leading students to it, leading audiences to it, has really become central to what I do and what I'm interested in. And so, yeah, that's in my new position at PS21, that's what I've really been focusing on, how to bring this this way of introducing new things to people, leading them into things, giving them a sense of discovery to everything we do there.
Awesome. And how are you experimental within your art? I just want to get a little bit more details about that. When you say experimental, what does that mean?
Sure. There's a range of things with that. I mean, in some cases, it's just trying new things, but I'll say that for me, that practice comes out of being a percussionist. The central thing you do as a percussionist, where our instrument isn't really defined. We don't have just a single drum or for that matter, a violin that we play, but we take a thing, we say, what can this do? Try different approaches to it and discover what voice it has. And you kind of unlock something that was probably there already. So in that sense, it's experimental. You don't know what's going to happen before you do it. And then you discover what might be there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
And I bet those skills and passions transferred to your role as community engagement coordinator at PS21. So give us a little bit of background about what is PS21 and what do you do there?
Sure. So PS21 is a performing arts venue situated on 100 acres of land in Chatham, New York. We have a 300-seat open-air pavilion theater that converts into a 99-seat black box theater in the off-season. But one of the really core things about it is this site, this place where it exists. On this land, much of it is undeveloped. There are trails, forests, fields, but also installations. And it's this place that, I think, first of all, it's a really magical place, but it is a place of discovery. And in my role as coordinator of community engagement, my mission is, well, there are a lot of parts to it, but I think at its center is, of course, to invite the community in to experience these things. And it goes through a number of channels. One is, reaching out to the immediate community, the local residents, the year-round residents, and making sure that our performances are accessible, that they're affordable.
Very important.
But even more than that, making sure that they have a sense of ownership of the place, that they feel comfortable there. This theater, the new venue opened in 2018. PS21 itself opened in 2006 with an outdoor tent. But the kind of things we present and this venue, it's really quite often very cutting edge, really exciting, really at the forefront of what's happening. And there is a sense, I think, I grew up in that area. I grew up in Valatia, which is one town over, and we didn't have something like this. And yeah, to me, what's really important is, at its core, making sure people feel a sense of ownership and that they can come there and take a risk, that their experiences there are validated, that it's not just, starting with being able to afford it, but then also feeling like they can go there and experience something. And then on a deeper level, this idea of engagement and accessibility, I think, for me, is that our audiences can have their own experience of it. It's not just that they're a spectator or even maybe worse, I'd say, like a consumer, somebody who buys a ticket and then, sees a product that's, touring and that you could see anywhere, but they have an experience that's specific to PS21, and then one that's really unique to them as well. And I think this comes directly and organically out of our site and this place where we exist in nature. The idea is that you could come to PS21 and discover your own experience there, go for a hike, have an afternoon picnic, bring your dog and go for a walk or play Frisbee or any of these things, or engage in it creatively in some other way. And then come to a performance and feel like this is a place where you can have these experiences, where you know the place and where, again, what your experience is validated. But each performance at PS21 is something you couldn't experience elsewhere, even if you saw the same work elsewhere, because it's informed by what happens around it. So, yeah.
Very environmental, it seems like.
Absolutely. It's central to the mission and the experience.
That's awesome. So it seems like you really give artists a chance to just flourish without much structure, unlike the organization really putting them in a box. You're like, here, we're giving you this environment, we're giving you this platform, we're giving you this foundation to just grow as an artist and do however you want to do it. So that probably goes into Pathways a little bit. I want to hear about Pathways, the program you put on for artists.
The Pathways programming is a multifaceted program that involves performances both on our stage, on our grounds, and in the community, workshops, educational opportunities, and participatory events. So it's something that's immersive, usually free or very affordably priced, and designed to bring these up-close, participatory, creative experiences to the whole range of our community.
Awesome. And how do you, what programs do you have that are free and accessible to folks? It's very accessible to have free programming for people.
For sure.
So what are some programs that are free that you offer?
Sure. It's a range of things, from our weekly workshops with visiting artists. So, for example, a couple weeks ago, we had a free dance program workshop with artists from the Paul Taylor Dance Company. So it's an opportunity to work with these, like, world-renowned, artists at the top of their field. And have this really close access. We offer usually free student and youth tickets to our performances, or very affordably priced, with a significant discount. And most of our Pathway events are just free and open to the public.
That's amazing. And I do have another question. So what are some of the artists that you serve? Is it just musicians and performance, or are there visual artists that are part of the Path? Does the Pathways program help uplift visual artists as well, or painters or dancers, things such as that?
So it's primarily theater, music, and dance, and as well as international contemporary circus and other kinds of participatory events. We do have installations on our grounds, but primarily as performing arts.
Awesome.
And we want to both be like a place where artists from a whole range of approaches and backgrounds and the like can come and do work and develop new things that are site specific or developed specifically in our space, but also to offer creative opportunities for the community. Not just as spectators, but to be involved. And that's an important thing as we go forward, to look at ways that we can have collaboration between these artists and local artists and creators, and just make it a place of reciprocal creativity and active involvement, active engagement.
Yes, and collaboration, I always think, is key for
Absolutely.
artist success, and organizationally.
Sure.
Like, collaboration really does help bridge and build stronger artists and organizations.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Well, you just seem to be a jack of all trades over here.
If I could speak of one more important part of the Pathways programming, the environmental mission is incredibly important. We consider ourselves stewards of this land that we're on, and likewise, like how that just fundamentally connects with the community. And then our programming reflects that too. Upcoming performances include the Vertigo Dance Company from Israel, a group that works in an eco-village where they develop their work using sustainable practices and bring them on tour. They'll be performing a work in which our stage is covered with soil, and they dance in that. Later in the season, a work called Farm Fatale by a major French theater maker that's sort of a post-apocalyptic look at, environmental destruction, but one like through the lens of agriculture and things that are really specific to our region. So there are a lot of ways into these ideas through the programming.
Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you, Matt, for talking to us about Pathways and PS21. It was amazing talking to you today.
Thank you so much.
Keep doing what you're doing.
It's been great to be here.